Welcome back, listeners. This is Daria Kolenkov from your very own National Public Radio. And we're about to just dive to some exquisite music from the classical period, Mozart's 25th Symphony in G minor. And listeners, you're in for quite the treat, because here with us in the studio today is one of the most legendary composers from the first Vietnamese School of Music. He's written such symphonies as Symphony 1, Symphony 2, Symphony 3, Symphony 4, Symphony 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 40, 25, and 13. He also recently completed the brilliant soundtrack from the full-length feature, The Land Before Time, 13, Littlefoot Has Diarrhea, in 3D. Please, welcome Wolfgang Mozart. Welcome to NP3, Mr. Mozart.
I thought this was NPR.
Oh, NPR.
It's my pleasure. It's great to be hither. And you can call me Moz.
I'll call you Mozart.
Thank you.
You're most welcome, Mozart. So, I understand that you just got in from Chicago. How was the trip?
Oh, it was quite wonderful. We only ventured through roughly 140 moons, because I had the luxury of traveling by ox cart.
I'm glad you're safe.
Thank you.
Now, Mozart, please introduce the piece we're about to play to our listeners.
Oh, well, this is my symphony number 25 in G minor. It's a saucy little booger. I tried to make a CD, but I don't quite understand the concept of recorded music. So I'll just play it on my Mac.
So good.
Oh boy, it is coming. Now this is quite an interesting little number, because this is one of my only symphonies I've written in a minor key.
Wow.
Yeah, one of the two, both in G minor. Here we go. Hit it.
Oh! Gracious. That is quite an opening theme, especially since this is only the first movement.
No, I understand what you're saying. I know that the first movement is typically slower, but I chose to go in a different direction.
I'll say, boy, Mozart, this movement is really an aggressive one.
Oh, you think this is aggressive? You should have heard the music I was playing last night after I had Indian food for lunch and dinner.
Oh, Mozart.
I jest.
Oh, it seems to be calming down. Perhaps we're entering into a new theme? Oh, well, there it is. Brownie points for me, huh?
What is brownie?
Never mind. Looks like we've moved into the relative major key. Quite pleasant.
Yes, and if you listen closely, you can hear that I snuck in the original theme amongst the arpeggiation.
I can practically smell the syncopation.
That's just the Indian food.
Oh! That's new. Sounds like a call and an echo between the first and second violins and the viola and the cellos and the bass.
Good ear for a woman.
Oh!
You can tell that we're going through some heavy tonic sensation.
A third movement, Mozart.
Third theme, yes.
Third theme, Mozart. You are the devil.
Sounds like you've been talking to my wife. God rest her soul.
On a happier note.
Note?
Pardon the fun. What could have inspired you to write this third theme?
Oh, I was 13 at the time, and like many little boys, I was fascinated by ponies, galloping through meadows of the wild posies and hickory bushes, trotting along with their pony heads held high without a care in the world.
I wasn't expecting that. Sounds like a change in pace. Perhaps borrowing from the previous themes?
Yes, any guesses where we're heading next?
If I know you, Mozart, I can predict that we're heading towards the development section.
Righto, good thing the classical period is so drab and predictable. Oh, you may want to take note of my abundant use of modulation.
It seems like there's a change nearly every measure. Quite the mercurial development section, no?
You're quite right, Daria.
Looks like we're gonna go back to the minor mode again, and it sounds like you're moody.
Puberty will do that to you. I was 13 when I wrote this. I had horrible acne, BO, and I was uncomfortable with my armpit hair. Oh, here we are again to the original theme.
Oh!
Yes, ma'am, this is our recapitulation section.
Now let me guess, what inspired this aggressive and stormy movement? This was inspired by your constant stressful struggle with obeying your father or following your dreams during your visit in Vienna. You were treated like a servant under the employment of corredo with minimal compensation for your hard and arduous work. Your father sided against you when you tried to resign from his employment, but you had to pursue your dream, to live your dream, and being an independent composer in the struggling society of Vienna.
Actually, my girlfriend broke up with me.
Oh.
Oh, she was a skank anyway. And you'll notice that instead of moving to the relative major, I brought back this theme in the original home key of G minor.
Quite clever.
Everyone was doing it.
If I'm not mistaken, this seems very apparent to be in sonata form.
Oh, very intuitive, Daria. You must have been doing your homework.
And here we are
Back
at
to
the
the third
theme.
again in the home key of G minor.
Oh, you're definitely consistent. I can say that much.
My father was a great enthusiast for ongoing punishment and discipline.
Abuse works every time, all the time.
And shortly we'll arrive back to the original syncopated yet simple theme I varied ever so slightly by changing the F sharp, which is in G minor.
That's a raised seventh.
That
the
is,
key.
yes,
Yeah.
correct. To a B natural. You may want to listen.
Oh.
It's coming. Get ready for this.
Okay. It's hard to hear on your Mac. Oh! Not a huge change.
And here we are to the theme. There we are.
Oh.
You hear the fourth? Ba 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 ba. Oh, it's my.
Genius.
It's small,
Genius.
but it's my own
Yes.
little personal little secret.
It's obvious that we're quickly galloping to a close, possibly inspired by your horse fetish.
Bingo, Daria.
What a riveting ending this is turning out to be. Sheer brilliance, Mr. Mozart.
Thank you. That was it.
It was a pleasure having you in the studio today. You're ever so fascinating. Maybe we can go out for some coffee and make some real music.
Yeah, maybe. Looks like I have a prior engagement with Chris Brown. I've been dying to pick up his brain. He is quite the homie.
A regular G major, huh?
I don't get it.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, listeners. Thanks for tuning in this morning, and we'll see you tomorrow with our special guest, Richard Wagner, and his Bulgarian friends and neo-Nazi instrumentalists. This is Daria Kolenkoff with NPR.
NPR, National Public Radio.